welcome to another live stream for Killbot Gor Gor Attack, my channel where I bring you the ultimate metal. Now, if we can pull up this live stream on my laptop, that would be lovely. That way I can answer everybody's questions and comments. There I am. Now I'm gonna mute this, and we can get going, shall we? Let's have a little fun tonight. I'm over here and, hey, how you doing? A lovely Starbucks lady wanted to stop in and see what the crazy man in the leather jacket was doing. All right, let's make sure that this is still going. Okay, yep, still going. Excellent. Jamie Simpson says, hey, Tony. Hey, Jamie, how you doing? All right, we got 7 people watching right now. Excellent, 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 excellent. Someone bring this man his coffee. Usually I like a cappuccino, sometimes a latte, but believe it or not, I'm not that big of a Starbucks fan. Believe it or not. Usually when I drink coffee, 2 spoons of sugar, 2 spoons of creamer, and I'm good to go. I used to work at a Starbucks, believe it or not. Only lasted about 10 days. Because I counted one day and they wanted me to memorize 40 drinks. 40. No joke. I mean, a regular coffee shop might have 20, maybe 30 drinks you gotta learn how to make, but for someone who's a basic bitch coffee drinker like me, it doesn't really work that well. Okay, so. Starbucks cake pops are fucking incredible. Man, it shocked me how many people ordered those when I worked there. Okay, so let's go say hello to everybody here. Vapor Dreams, you are Chad. Why, thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see, the Bearded Hamster, hello. How are you, man? William Cantrell, I'm doing excellent. William, I've been talking to you all day. Eduardo San Miguel, hello from Dallas, Texas. Texas, our band could be your life. Felix Wolf, howdy, my dude. Hey, I hope you enjoy those records I sent you. Baroness. Took a while to get rid of that one. Fortunately, you were nice enough to take it off my hands. Music is life, what's up? Let's see, Colton Gavier, evening friend. Serene Pierre, hello. G'day, mate. You're more of a tea guy. I like tea. I make some tea from hell. I'm good at making tea, trust me. Anybody who's tasted it, they're like, oh, yes. They beg for it. A-Man 1998, hello Tony. Hello to you. Mr. Blue, greetings from Canada. Coffee is caffeine, yes. And cheers from Poland. Let's see, that's good. Okay, make sure this is still going because the screen on the laptop is kind of frozen, so. Oh yeah, it's going, definitely. Skip to the live, that's excellent. Excellent. And in this case, I'm going to downgrade it to 144, so that way I can not suck up too much of the bandwidth. And I got a few things I'd like to talk about. The first thing I want to talk about is my video yesterday. If any of you haven't seen it, it's on my 17 favorite bands of all time. That was kind of a hard list to put together, and the hardest thing about it was ranking the bands. It's like, is Black Sabbath really better than Exorder or, well, they, stuff like that. It's like, where do I place everybody on this list? Bolt Thrower over Typo Negative. That's a hard one, but yeah. And really, the top 3 bands, it depends from day to day what they, you can probably switch them out. But for the video, I decided to go with Gwar. I love Gwar. Yeah, they've influenced my channel, they've influenced my art. I mean, half the channel name is a Gwar character, so there you go. Tortstein, greetings from Norway. Hey, greetings from Norway. Greetings from the United States, North Carolina. Let's see, hello from Europe, hope you're good. Thank you, Pepa, Peppy Le Pew. Fucking Megadeth indeed. By the way, if some of your messages aren't showing up, it's because I have to approve them manually for whatever reason. Sometimes people leave comments on my videos that don't get approved right away, and it's not me doing it, I swear. People are like, oh, well, my comment didn't show up under your video, so you're censoring comments. You're pompous, and I thought I'd do this, but you dissed me, blah, blah, blah. No, I swear. YouTube's doing it, not me. And every once in a while, when I think about it, I have to go through and approve all these comments. So, yeah. In Poland, we have 23 something. I don't know what you mean, but okay. Cheers from Argentina. Patagonian pancakes. What do Patagonian pancakes taste like, I wonder? Hey, there's an IHOP down the street. I haven't been to IHOP in years. I should go. Mr. Blue asks where I'm from. I am from Elon, North Carolina. Felix says, I'm trying to get all of Baroness's albums and arrange them by color instead of release date. You might as well. All their albums are based on color. Not sure why they decided to do that. It's like Atari when they released all these video game consoles and based it off of cat names. $5, a super chat. Hell yeah, from Max Matson. Thank you so much. Hi Killbot, fake fan. Fake fan indeed, you're a poser. Have you ever listened to any Circle of Dust or its side project, Argyle Park? He's usually known as Cell Dweller nowadays. No, I can't say I have. But I will have to when this stream is over. Got so many comments. I love the participation from everybody. We got 53 people watching right now. Did you see the new 9 Inch Nails tour from Ghost 120? Yep, they're coming to North Carolina. They're coming to Raleigh in April, and I really want to go see it. Actually, I'm going to be in Georgia around that time, and they're playing a festival in Atlanta. So I got to take a look at the lineup for what's on that festival, and all the bands suck. No kidding, it's a 3-day festival. And the only good band on day 2 is 9 Inch Nails, and the other bands, I don't even know who the hell they are. Seriously though, if you can go see 9 Inch Nails on this upcoming tour, they really are one of the best live bands ever. There's a reason they're in my top 3 spot for favorite bands. And even better, if you go to Cleveland, 9 Inch Nails, Ministry, and Knights of Red, they're playing a show in September, so that's going to be awesome. I'd fly out to see that if I could. My mom lives in Ohio, so if she's still living there, I could just, fly up, see her, go see 9 Inch Nails, maybe drag her along. No, you're not staying home and reading tonight. You're coming with me. Then, of course, there's going to be Master. Let's see, Melinda says, hey, how's it going? Hey, how you doing? And what do you think about the new Mayhem? I have not heard the new Mayhem, but I have heard the new Watain, and it is awesome. I love Watain. They're going on tour. Can't wait to see them. They're coming to Charlotte April 10th, I think. I can't remember. Matthew Scott says, you live in Fayetteville. Did you happen to go to the Doyle show a few years ago at the Drunken Horse or the Drunken Pub, whatever it's called? Because I was there. This next song is sort of like a love song, and you can dance to it if you want. Dreaming Dead Girls! Peace Cell says, not gonna lie, I love your hair. Why, thank you. It's a little dry right now. I'm in need of some Cantu leave-in conditioner. I'll be heading over to Walmart right after this for some. Let's see, what else? Morbid is great, bad pre-man. Okay. Are there any albums that you would add or remove from your favorite of all time video? From Shazazzle. Well, I think I put Disrupt Unrest on that favorite albums list, and the weird thing is, I haven't listened to that album once since I did that video. Most of the rest of it has stayed pretty consistent, but I think I would have to add Slaughter in the Vatican, October Rust maybe. What else? Filth Pig, of course. Remain in Light is really awesome because I've been listening to a lot of Talking Heads lately. I don't know, I'll have to look at that list again. Maybe that's a good idea for a video. Maybe I can do an updated list of my favorite albums, since everybody likes list videos so much. Archer Elite asks, how's Cannibal Corpse live? Never been. If George is in a good mood, they're awesome. Piss them off and, well, you'll be able to tell. Trust me. Pig Butcher says, Killbot's at it again. Yes, I am, baby. Mr. Blue says, I went to school with a guy who was a full-blown metalhead. He would come into school with Iron Maiden shirts and even Cannibal Corpse. I'm shocked that teachers didn't ask him to change his clothes. I guess they've seen it all at this point. It's not the 1990s anymore where, you know, parents and teachers would want to burn records and shirts. Now it's like, oh, we got songs about killing cops now, so... Jackson Skywalker asked, do you have a battle jacket? I did, and I sold it. Because I never wore it, and also needed the money. So, Movie Metal Rut McDonald says, hey man, I really enjoyed your video of your 17 favorite bands. Why, thank you. Some of you might be asking, why did you do 17? Honestly, it was just hard to put a video like that together because it wasn't hard to find things to talk about the bands. It was hard to rank the bands, and it was also, like, if I had kept going, I could have talked about 30 more bands, which I'm sure some of you would have watched, but, you know, I kind of wanted to keep it short. You know, it's all for the sake of brevity. Brevity, it's important, it's underrated. So many people now want to do these extra long videos that, you know, don't need to be as long as they are. There's value in only saying what needs to be said. But also, 17 is not an emotionally satisfying number. You know, a lot of people like stock numbers like 10, 15, 20, 5. You know, they're stock numbers. It's like a marketing decision, in the words of George Carlin. So, yeah, 17 because fuck you. Peep Knox says, what do you think of the band Swans? I love The Great Annihilator. Love that album. Okay, so the things I want to talk about. First thing on this list that I want to talk about is the new video I've done with Pedro Lopez pretty recently. It's on his channel. You're going to have to go check it out, and I'm going to leave a link in the description after the stream is done for those who haven't seen it. I think it's called Metalheads Watch TikTok Videos. Watching videos of the metal on TikTok, I think it's called. Now, some of you might have seen my social media in the past week where I said that I wanted to do a live stream Wednesday of last week, and I didn't do that. Why? Well, thanks, Pedro. See, I was stuck over here at Starbucks planning on filming a video with Pedro, and he ended up getting stuck at work one day. And so the next day I showed up at 4:30 when he said he was going to be off work, and then I didn't realize that he's in a different time zone than I am. So I spent all that time waiting here at Starbucks so that we could do the video together, and I got so burnt out with Starbucks, I said, I am done with this place. So I'm moving this live stream over to next week, but we're going to see. So, yeah, 69 people watching. Congregation, please be seated and open your prayer guide to the book of Revelations. Psalm 69. 69! Mr. Blue asked if I met George. Well, watch my video, This is a Man Before Metal and This is a Man After Metal, and you'll get the answer to that. Let's see. Hi there. How you doing? Oh, don't be. Let's see. Do another door-to-door video from Mr. YouTube, I think. It just I'd love to do one where I'm doing it for real and it's not a skit. That was a common criticism for that video back in the day, was people were like, oh, you should actually go door to door. Oh, I didn't realize it was a skit until about a minute into the video. It was like, well, I'd love to go door to door. I don't have the crew for it. I'm just one guy. That being said, it's something I'd love to do. And I've had a lot of great video ideas in the past few days, so yeah. I've got a Dream Theater box set coming, so I'd like to bring Prog Guy back. Maybe I can dwell some of the prog metal meme pages. Wine, polyrhythms, Dream Theater. Interesting little tidbit about Prog Guy. The first video I did with that character in it, I pronounced John Petrucci's name as John Petrucci. Okay, this is obviously incorrect. It was a genuine mistake on my part, but then I decided to make it part of the character because, you know, it makes sense. the character is so up his own ass that he doesn't realize that he's saying John Petrucci's name wrong. And so, like the next video I did with him in it, Prog Guy Gets the New Tool album, I specifically addressed that. I was like, John Petrucci, you sound like an ass when you say that. You know what I mean? Anthony Collins says, you were one of the first YouTube streams I subscribed to. Why, thank you. Kyle Hall says, I believe Wumpscut has some new music coming out. Looking forward to that. Oh, Wumpscut's back together? Hell yeah. Because I knew he was kind of taking a break for a while. Martine Lasorza says, Duncan Hill's Coffee. Martine, yeah. I'm going to kick you in the balls the next time I see you. Anthony Collins says, huge Guar and Ministry fan. I have always appreciated your taste. Why, thank you. Gucci Pig asks, what are your thoughts on the band Megadeth? I haven't heard you mention them a lot. I was obsessed with Megadeth when I was 14, 15 years old, and I spent a whole summer tracking down all the original CDs for those albums. And for whatever reason, I sold most of them, and I've been trying to slowly rebuy them. Because what happened, when I collected CDs when I was younger, I ripped them and then I sold them on eBay with the plans of rebuying them on vinyl. And for a lot of it, that never happened. So, I do have an original CD of Killing Is My Business that does have these boots on it. And I also have an original vinyl that I paid $30 for back in 2012. On eBay now, last I looked, it goes for $100. Oh, hell yeah, I got another super chat. Keenan Nakogi. Have you ever traveled to Canada before COVID? If so, what did you do there and where? Well, thank you for the super chat, first of all. I've always wanted to visit Canada, never gotten a chance to. I've got a lot of friends over in Canada. And actually, the only place outside of the United States that I've been to was Mexico. I went to Cozumel when I was 7 years old. Went on a cruise. Let me tell you something, that was the worst sunburn I ever got in my life. We went to the beach, and I got sunburned real bad on the shoulders, so the next time I had to take a shower, it was just, that was so painful. Hey, thank you for your question, man. Let's see. Dude, you should do more Metalhead box reviews because you were the best at it, from Captain Sweep. I'm not opposed to it. Yeah, Melissa's a good friend of mine, I would like to think, and Robert's pretty nice, and I've never had any problems with those guys. They provide a great service, and I admire the hell out of what they do. Not to mention they've sent me videos they've sent me boxes for a lot of years, so that was pretty nice. Melissa hasn't sent me any candy in a while. Okay, so the other things I can talk about, the ASMR video. Yeah, shuffling through more than 700 CDs ASMR. That was a video I did about a week and a half ago, maybe. And that came out as a challenge. It was a random idea because I was talking to somebody and they were like, oh yeah, ASMR videos, I usually go to sleep watching those. And somehow I got to talking about my CD. Anyway, one thing led to another, and through this conversation, I got inspired to do the ASMR video. Not to mention, I had done joke ASMR videos in the past. I've never done a serious one, so why not? The channel has always been experimental. There's never really been a set style of what I do. So, hey, I knew that it wasn't going to be for everybody. I knew that not everybody was going to be into it, but a few people sent me a message saying, hey, thank you for doing that video because I fell asleep watching it. Which, in the context of other videos, that's a bad thing. But hey, those sleep timers on TVs, they're perfect. They're perfect. So, yeah. A-Man 1998, as a fellow ginger, sunburns kill me. I'm not redheaded. I don't know why everybody thinks I'm redheaded. I'm not. This is brown. Okay, making sure that this is still good? Yes, it is. Good. Spyro and Cinder, love your leather jacket. Why, thank you. I got this jacket when I was 16 years old. And recently, the armpit split. And I had to take it to a shop to get it fixed. But you know what? This is going to last me another 10 to 15 years maybe. I want a leather trench coat.
You know, look like Al Jorgensen. Sphincter era.
James Cole, as a fellow guy with long hair, how do you resist the urge to always get it out of your face?
I don't.
I always put it behind my ears, which I think looks worse, but it's better than hair in my face. I mean, I always carry a band with me at all times. You know, sometimes I guess you just gotta swallow your pride. Let's see. Eli Sanchez, going to the Decibel tour. Saw Municipal Waste for the first time, was crazy. It was a hometown show for Gatecreeper. I'm not going to that tour, but I do plan on going to other tours throughout the year.
So that's going to be pretty good.
Let's see. Eknen, thanks for getting me into Ghoul, man. Cheers. Well, thank you. Ghoul's an excellent band. That was one of the hardest things to figure out what was going to be on that list is, you know, where Ghoul was going to be. Let's see. Mods Buchter, hey Killbot, are you ever willing to part ways with your sick blue underhang shirt? I sold that one after a few years of wearing it, but hey. Oh hey, another super chat from Keenan. Hey, thank you. Listen to Hellripper and Frozen Soul, you'll like them. I do like Hellripper. Denisha Freeman, hey Tony. Hey Denisha, I like you. William Cantrell, how much was the leather jacket you're wearing?
I got it as a gift about 10 years ago.
Let's see. What else can I talk about? Yeah, we've got a hell of a year going on for 2022. Metal is going to rebound big time. And we're going to rebound big time from this COVID crap. You know, all these tours are getting ready to happen, a lot of them around the same time, which is like, hey, can you guys space them out a little bit? You know, I got to make the money first before I can spend it. But yeah, so many great bands touring, so many great albums going to come out. Nine Inch Nails is touring, Ministry's touring, Primus is touring, Wataine's touring, Megadeth's touring. I'm sure there's like 5 or 6 others I can think of if I spent the time to think of. And all these albums, Crowbar is putting out an album, Ghost is putting out an album, Gwar is putting out an album. Can't wait, man. Really can't wait for the Gwar album. You know, Blood of Gods, I got it when it came out, and that album, it was good. It was a Gwar album on paper, but it felt transitional. You know, I feel like this one, everything's going to click better with the new lineup. Let's see, so talking about everything. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. This is going to be an exciting year for music, hopefully for everybody. You know, maybe we can bounce back and have some semblance of a normal life again. Berling Og Vigo, what do you think about grunge? I like L7.
That's about it, though.
You know, it's just, for the most part, it's just whiny music to me. And I know people are going to be like, oh, well, you had to be there. You know, I'm tired of these people who weren't around talking about how much they don't like it. It's like, well, if I have to be there to like it, then that's the point. You know, like, I can appreciate the historical context of why Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon sold so many copies. But that's just, you know. That's different from, oh, you had to be there to like it. Anyway. Rock Lover 2008. When and how did you discover metal? Christmas of 2009. I went on iTunes and they had just added their metal section to their iTunes store. I was used to radio rock at the time and I was getting bored with it because it all sounded the same. And they had a section of black metal albums titled None More Black, and they had albums like Dark Thrones, Tyricon, Immortal, all these different black metal albums. And the first black metal album I ever bought was Dark Throne and Blazing in the Northern Sky. Yep, that put me on the path. I knew a music like this had to exist, I just didn't know what it was called. It was called black metal. And we got another super chat from Max Matson. Sorry about that, I meant to say big fan. I knew what you meant, man. Wanted to ask, I noticed you had the Download Furnace album. I wanted to hear your thoughts on it. It's a shame they didn't put out more music. Download was excellent. I know there are a million Skinny Puppy side projects. That's definitely one of the better ones. In fact, it's probably better than a couple of the Skinny Puppy albums. It's definitely better than the later ones. As far as Skinny Puppy side projects, on my Discogs want list is the Puppy Gristle album, where it was like a one-off brap session between members of Skinny Puppy and Throb and Gristle. Genesis, P. Orange, rest in peace. So yeah, thank you for the money. Mods Bunker. Fuck, man. Undergang is my favorite local band. I have a tattoo of the goat skull from their logo. Well, that's excellent. You know, usually your favorite band was once a local band. Never forget that, people. Black Sabbath was once a local band. Dark Orbius, thank you for that review on the Metalhead movie. Now I'm jumping into black metal to the point where I may make a black metal band of my own. Do it. The world needs creativity, my friend. William Cantrell Ghost. Oh, just the papas. Not the mamas and the papas, just the papas. Thoughts on the Skinny Puppy side project Ogre from Gage Peterson. I have the first album. Kvlt. Water. Love that song. Love that song. Do you have a favorite Wumpscut album? Music for a Slaughtering Tribe. Kyle Hall. Message that. Do you think overdrive pedals are necessary for metal guitar? From Zyphic. Yeah, I think a Maxon definitely enhances the sound. That's what Vinny Lomella uses in his guitar setup. North American Decimator pedal, EQ pedal, that's also important. Maxon, and I forget what else he used. It's in the video. Core Kid says, love the hair. Any tips on how to get that Gwar book? What he's referring to is the Let There Be Gwar book that I showed in my video yesterday, my 17 favorite bands. And that was a Christmas present from my mom the year that book came out. So, for whatever reason, it was only a limited edition book and Gwar didn't make any more. Hopefully they do, maybe with some additional stuff. Who knows? Maybe when this new album comes out, they can repress it. Excellent book, one of the best books I own, and it definitely, it's honest. You know, it does paint a couple of unflattering pictures of Dave, but, you know, they showed him the utmost respect, which I like. Ghost 120 says, speaking of the new Gwar, I'm excited to see that Brennan and Casey are working together. Oh yeah, Casey Orr is one of the best bass players ever. Very underrated bass player. For those who haven't heard Rigor Mortis, go check it out. He's awesome. And the guitar player from Rigor Mortis ended up in guitar for Ministry. Mike Scotcha was his name. May he rest in peace. Comic Book Guy says, do you listen to Irish metal? Yes, I do. Denisha Freeman, any good local bands you can recommend to us? Suppressive Fire is really good. They're from Charlotte, I think. Excellent band. Let's see. Somebody's saying a joke, and I'm trying to... Anthony Collins, joke. What's the difference between a garbanzo bean and a chickpea? What's the difference? Zyvek says, Gwar was unrealistically good live. Somebody threw up in the pit and then slipped in it. That's how you know it was a good time. Oh, man. Martine says Suppressive Fires from Raleigh. Yep, Suppressive Fires from Raleigh. Okay. Well, excellent band, definitely. Lucy 1994 says, what influenced you to make the prom brownie? Well, that was actually a giant crunch bar, but I'm sure you meant that well. There was this chick I liked when I was in college, and there was this dance that the college was doing, and I wanted to ask her out, and then I almost did, and she kind of flipped sides, flipped personalities, and wasn't a very nice person. I was getting ready to, and you know, she just got mean as hell all of a sudden. Not sure what was going on in her life, not sure what was going on that day, but I never spoke to her again. It's a shame. Let's see, Nicola, how long have you been into metal? I was 14 years old. 26 now, so. let's see, what else? Kyle Hall says Violent Revolution is my favorite Creator album. Probably my favorite all time. That's good. That's good. That's the only one I own. I used to own all the Creator albums, and like I said earlier, I sold most of them because I was planning on rebuying them on vinyl, and then I got out of vinyl. So, joke. What do you call a guy with no nose? Nobody knows. Okay, that's good. What do you think of Steve Trve? From Truong Millennium Parade. He drives me batshit crazy, to be honest with you. Gives me the shits. He, you know, those reactionary thumbnails he does, and those fucking faces he makes, it's like, shit, I could do that. I don't get it. It's annoying. Melinda Cosma says, way off topic, but it's really refreshing to see a metalhead who's into a bunch of different genres. Makes me less insecure about talking about my own taste. Hey, the way I see it, metal's all about individuality. You know, so you can't tell somebody that they're only allowed to like one thing. That's punk's job. Because punk's all about it, you know, freedom from the establishment, freedom to do this, freedom to do that, but there's a whole bunch of rules. Metal, I feel like there's a little more freedom there. The rivet heads and the goths and the industrial fans, they usually don't have that problem. You know, some people are like, oh, well, you know, what if I like this band? I'm into metal. What are people going to think of me? Who gives a shit what they think about you? You like what you like, and I like what I like. Anyway. Matthew Scott says, I wasn't at that show a couple years ago. I was probably in the single-digit age. I'm 13 right now. Well, that's good. That's good. Went to my first concert ever in March, and it's a synthwave band called Midnight. I went to Durham a few years ago to see Drab Majesty. It was at a bar called the Pinhook, and it was real tiny. It was almost sold out because people were outside the door watching the band. It was an excellent, excellent night. Even got to meet Andrew after the show. Very nice guy. And of all people who got me into that band, it was John Hong from Agalloch. Because I met him after a show. He was playing with Pelorian before they broke up. And I got to talking to him, and he was like, oh yeah, I've been listening to a lot of industrial lately. Drab Majesty is a band I've been listening to. So, needless to say, I picked up one of those albums that summer, and I've been a fan since. I think I even mentioned them in that video yesterday. Which, by the way, for those of you who haven't seen it, go see it. Okay, while I'm promoting things, I also have a new song that came out 2 weeks ago called World in Ruin. Anyone who hasn't checked it out, definitely go see it. It's also on Bandcamp, so if anybody's interested in putting that on their list, go for it. I've never really done like a doomy atmospheric song before. You know, most of my songs have been death metal, groove metal, thrash metal, whatever. And this was a step into new territory. I also missed recording things with real drums because I'm a drummer at heart. So, you know, this was a case where I didn't use any drum programming, not even a sample under the snare drum, which I probably could have done and enhanced the sound a little more, but I just wanted that raw sound going on. And what was amazing to me is the first day or so that it was up, all the people in the comments were trying to pin down what it sounded like, and none of them came close. One person mentioned Dystopia, I think, but yeah, like the main influences for that song were 9 Inch Nails, the Talking Heads, Dystopia, and I think there was one other band. But it was a blend of these different bands. You might be thinking, well, where the Talking Heads influence come from? Their song "Once in a Lifetime" has one bass line, one drum line, whole song. I figured, okay, I can do something like that. You know, make it sound mystic and atmospheric in the beginning, and just have it build and build and build. And some people aren't aware still that the backwards chanting towards the end of the song says penis. Yes, I stood in front of the microphone, penis,
penis, and reverse it. I wanted to see if anybody would notice before I had to spill the beans on it. But, yeah, World in Ruin. Did a music video for it with a storyline, which is something I've always wanted to do, so definitely go check it out if you haven't. It's a song I'm proud of. And last night, some guy in New York played it on his internet radio. It was a college in Buffalo, New York, during the 7 o'clock metal hour. And he was nice enough to play that, so that's really awesome.
Okay, getting back to the comments. Do you like Twisted Sister? I love Twisted Sister. I've got every album they have. You're gonna burn in hell. Dum, 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 dum. The funny story about Twisted Sister, Pee-wee's Big Adventure was on HBO Max early last year. And I hadn't seen that movie in years, so I went to watch it. And of course, if you've seen the movie, you know that towards the end, Pee Wee Herman, he's escaping the bad guys through the Warner Brothers studio lot. And on this Warner Brothers studio lot is Twisted Sister shooting a music video. Days after watching that movie, that song stayed in my head enough to where I was like, man, I gotta buy that album. Let's see. Berling Og Vigo says, do you have a favorite horror movie? My personal favorite horror movie, and probably my second favorite movie of all time, is Evil Dead 2. That movie has done so much for me over the years. It was also the first 4K disc I ever bought. Now if they'll just put fucking Fight Club on 4K disc, I'll be happy. Alright, we got 93 people watching right now. Thank you to everybody who's tuning in. You know, you're spending all this lovely time with me. I know your time is valuable. Let's see. Some kid in the restaurant. Mud E. McMudskipper says, what's your opinion of the glam rock Celtic Frost era? Cold Lake. I have that album. I think I spent $30 on it. I overpaid. I did a video on that. It was part of my Mosh Pit the Pendulum mini-series that I did a few years ago where I reviewed an album every day of the month of October. And looking back, it's not as bad as people make it out to be. I mean, it's not good objectively, but it's still pretty heavy. I mean, a lot of the elements that make Celtic Frost are there. You know, there's double bass, there's distorted guitars, there's growly vocals. It's just, some of the songs were kind of embarrassing. Let's see, what else?
Just kind of reading the comments here.
Robu013, penis reminds me. I haven't played today's word yet. Wait, what? Leon Flint says, Killbot, do you like any new metal bands? I mean, there are a few songs I like, but just overall, I don't know, just that style of music doesn't appeal to me that much. To be honest with you, Slayer's album, Diabolus in Musica, I like it. I know it's usually called their new metal album, and a lot of people don't like it for that reason, but I actually enjoy it. There's a song on there, Point. Excellent song. Definitely not as bad as people make it out to be. Lanius says, is there any electronic genre of music that you like? Well, I'm a big industrial fan myself. You know, Skinny Puppy, Ministry, Front 242, Frontline Assembly, Fetus, who else? The Young Gods. Macabre Eternal says, is your song on SoundCloud? No, but I'm thinking about getting a DistroKid subscription. That way I can put it on Spotify. Who knows? Maybe I could put it on SoundCloud if it's free. I still have to navigate that. It is on Bandcamp and it's on YouTube. So if you have any interest in listening to it, the song is called World of Ruin. I put it out 2 weeks ago. It's my first song since, I think, April 2019. 3 bullets left. The idea was I feel like I kind of overcomplicated things with 3 bullets left. And so I wanted to simplify things, you know, with the one bass line, one drum line. Serene Pierre says, I like the fact that I can't pinpoint what style Ruin was. That's why it's the best song he made. Oh, thank you. Angel Dust says, I was thinking about starting a serious band, an experimental band with saxophone players. I don't know why, I just want to play music. Go look up a band called Brain Tentacles. They have a saxophone player. They opened up for Guar when I saw them once. It's very interesting. Ever heard of Slaughter to Prevail? I saw them live. Matthew Scott asks us. I saw them live on the Summer Slaughter 2016 tour. Excellent band. I feel like I'm just going through all the bands that are good right now. Okay, so what else can I talk about that's on this list? Let's see. Last show I went to, it was the Circle Jerks. They played in Carborough, North Carolina. Oh, got another super chat from Scargut. Thank you. $5. Thank you. Have you ever been made fun of for being a metalhead? Well, I've gotten a few snide comments here and there. Oh, that hang-banging shit that, a small percent of the population listens to, blah, blah, blah. But usually when people say snide remarks, I just give them the finger. Because I know that they listen to crap music. And I listen to good music. So, it's just... people like to say, oh, my music's better than your music. Okay, well, I think my music's better than yours, motherfucker. It works both ways. But, you gotta be open-minded. And you gotta be kind to your fellow person. It's just one of those things where if people want to get an attitude, you just gotta say F you. Okay, and my hair is doing something weird today. What is going on? Is it this side? Yeah, it is. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, the last show I went to was the Circle Jerks and Municipal Waste and Negative Approach in Carborough, North Carolina. And that was a real good show because it was the first time in 15 years that the Circle Jerks have toured. So, I knew they were an iconic band and I had to go. I invited a friend of mine to come to the show with me because I had an extra ticket, sold her the extra ticket. And on this tour was Scotty, who runs the Tank Crimes label. Because he was a roadie for Municipal Waste, which is something he's kind of, not able to do as much anymore. But he was on that tour, and I knew he was going to be on that tour, so I wanted to meet him in person. Having, listened to Tank Crimes records ever since I've been into metal. And so I shot him a message. I said, hey, I'd love to meet you at the show if there's opportunity available. And we had a good conversation. It was nice to see him in person, and it was... Actually, he wanted a picture with me before I asked for a picture with him. Because, my YouTube stuff and me reviewing Tank Crimes albums over the years. And even he said, at the end of the night, he said, man, it doesn't feel like our first time meeting because, I've been paying attention to what you've been doing for so long. And the feeling was mutual, It was like it was coming full circle, going back to my roots with metal. Because one of the first metal bands I ever heard was Population Reduction. Their album, Each Birth a New Disaster. For those who haven't heard it, go to the Tank Crimes Bandcamp and go listen to it because it is fucking awesome. Anyway, yeah. Like I said, it was like coming full circle with, my roots and what got me into metal. Anyway, going back to your lovely comments, since I went off on a tangent there, I'm just trying to keep this stream eventful. You know what I mean? Because we got 15 minutes left until this stream is over, and I want to fill up as much time as possible to make sure that you lovely people are entertained. Let's see. Jimmy Fisher asks, do you have a band? No, I do not. I record on my own sometimes, but I don't have a band. Zyfix says, thoughts on Hatebreed? Love them, but I'm also a hardcore fan, don't consider them metal. I saw them live a few years ago and I feared for my safety because everybody wanted to fight each other. And because everybody wanted to fight each other, Jamie felt the need to stop the music every time a fight broke out, and it was like, dude, just let security handle it. I thought it was whiny and kind of crappy, so it left a bad taste in my mouth.
I'm sure their music's good, but that was one of the worst shows I've ever been to.
Let's see. Max Linares asks, do you attend festivals or just concerts only? Never seen you talk about festivals before. There was a festival in Georgia a few years ago called Slaughter Q, which had Exorder, Christian, Battlecross, and a bunch of other bands, including a lot of local ones. And it was a good festival. Personally, though, I prefer to see bands on their own because, I don't know, there's a smaller setting. I know more people there. And just in general, I feel like with a festival setting, everything's a little more rushed. Because there are so many bands that have to be on stage at the scheduled time or, you know, it fucks over the rest of the bands. And so I feel like, you know, bands can't really give the best performance if they're that under pressure. You know what I mean? Like, if you see them on their own, they have the time to invest with you. It's not as stressful. Dashline asks, how did you record the guitars for World of Ruin? Well, I tried to mic up my real amp since I have a PVVTX combo amp from the 1980s, and it sounded like garbage. So, I went into GarageBand and combined amp stems. The Maelstrom amp stem and the Modern British Metal amp stem. I recorded 4 guitar tracks, panned them accordingly, left and right, different ways, different degrees, and blended them. So there you go. And I got another super chat. 4.5 pounds from Elliot Chapman. Thank you so much. Just wondering, what happened to your Metalhead box videos? Well, this was before I took my unexpected and unintended break from YouTube, but I just got burnt out doing them because I've been doing them for so long that the excitement of opening them wasn't really there anymore. You know, I still talk to Melissa from time to time. She's an excellent person. And of course, they have a great service. And maybe I can do videos with them at some point. But, you know, it's at the point I'm just kind of, you know, focusing on my creative projects. The cool thing about the Metalhead box was it allowed time for some of my bigger videos if I was working on them. If they were taking extra long. You know, the Metalhead box could be a good filler video in between. But yeah, Metalhead box is awesome. Anybody who hasn't gotten it, definitely get it at least once. It's worth it. Ghost 120. Tony, do you like any rap music? No. There's one song, Captain Sensible, Want. It's really funny. It's really funny. Definitely go look at it. The lyrics are stupid. And what else? Body count. Yep, I haven't told you all about this yet. I wanted to do a body count video ever since I bought the original CD with Cop Killer sometime last year. Because for whatever reason, there are videos of news footage on Cop Killer and interviews with Ice-T talking about the song, but there's not a video on YouTube talking about the controversy itself of the song. Nothing about the history, nothing about the song, nothing. That's where Uncle Tony's gonna step in. This thing will be huge, I hope. As far as I know, a lot of people know that song, and a lot of people like Body Count. And wouldn't it be badass as hell if Body Count were to repost the video once it's uploaded? So yeah, the script is mostly written. I have one paragraph left to write, and that's the final paragraph, and I'm having a little trouble right now figuring out how to end it, so maybe tonight when I get home, I can figure out what I'm going to say. And then it'll be ready for narration. Let's see. Matthew Scott says, opinion on cassette tapes in terms of sound quality and collectability. Well, they're collectible. I personally don't like the way they sound. That tape hiss. It's always there. I never thought those would come back. I mean, vinyl, it makes sense for them to come back because they sound great. You know, they sound good if they're mastered properly. And the dynamic range is there most of the time. But cassettes, they wear. People forgot how badly they wear. Especially if you leave them in cars with, you know, varying temperatures. Kevin Hampton, I know you like industrial, so are you a fan of Rammstein? Yes, I am. Thank you, David Lynch.
can't whistle. But yeah, it was the David Lynch movie, Lost Highway, that had the song Rammstein on it. Rammstein. I have 2 of their albums, and I'd like to start collecting more of them. And I'd love to go see them live, because I've heard nothing but good things about them. Thank you for asking. Let's see. Vice Rice Mice asks, do you like the band Power Trip? I saw them twice, and I got guitar picks both times. It's a damn shame about Riley Gale, because he was a talented dude, and they were a great band. I'm not sure if they're still together or not, or if they're taking a break, or if they ended when Riley died, but, you know. I have a Riley Gale sticker on my CD tower. Okay, we got 10 minutes left of this live stream, so if anybody has any questions they'd like to ask, you know, we got 10 minutes left, and then I gotta get out of here. You know, just for the sake of brevity, like I said earlier. But yeah, I'm really excited over the body count video. Hopefully I can have it out within the month. Their last album was really good. Unexpected duet with Amy Lee. Amy Lee. Such a sexy lady. Sir Coconut 72 asks, will you make more music anytime soon? Well, I got a couple ideas here and there. Usually I write my guitar riffs down and keep them in a big folder to use for later. Mr. Long says, man, the new Undergang album sounds 100 times more clear on cassette compared to the CD version. Just saying the new cassettes are better made than the 90s ones. Okay, there's probably that element too. It's just like new CDs. They're made a lot better than they were in the 1980s. Like, in the 80s and the 90s, like, you can only put, like, 75 minutes worth of music on the disc. And now you can put 80 minutes worth of music on there. So, there you go. Cole Glover asked, who's my favorite guitar player, singer, instrumentalist? Probably Trent Reznor if we're talking as a whole. But, favorite guitar players, Angus Young and Tony Iommi usually have my vote. Like, I can't pick just one. Metalhead Chick, what's the pros and cons of being in a one-man band? Well, the pro is you have total control over everything you do. The problem is, if the song sucks, you're the only one that can be blamed for it. You know, you can't say, oh, well, Jimmy's drumming sucks. No, that was all you. But also, if you play music with other people, you know, you have more ideas to bounce off. And it's harder for multiple people to have writer's block or be stuck with ideas. You know what I mean? So if you're one person, there's that pressure that you got to come up with all of it. And yeah, there you go. Soraya Aziz asks, do I like Suffocation? Yes, I do. I feel like they're better with Frank and Mike Smith, but I mean, now they're basically just Terrence Hobbs and his hired guns, which they do an excellent job. Those songs are still excellent. They're a great live band, and I love Terrence Hobbs. It's just, you know, it's not the same band. You know? Let's see. Intensity in 10 Cities. Do you like Pentagram? I saw them live a few years ago. One of the heaviest shows I ever saw. What's the best band to start the metal journey? From Pete Knox. I guess whatever's available to you. I mean, you could go for Terrorizer, World Downfall. Show somebody that album. I heard that album when I was 14 years old, and I said, man, I want to play drums like this guy. Sure enough, within the year, I learned how to do gravity blasts, I learned how to do flying fingers, I learned how to double bass. Gage Pearson, do you like Demolek? Yes, I do. In fact, I have that Decibel book, Rotting Ways to Misery, Rotting Ways to the Flesh, whatever it's called. It's on Finnish death metal. I haven't read it yet, but I plan on it soon. Speaking of Decibel, they got that new Obituary book that's coming out. That's, it's been shipped and it's on its way to me, so I can't wait to read that. I'm going to be interested to see what they say about Ralph's parts, because you know, he's dead now, and, you know, he had a lot of demons and he suffered, and, you know, it sucks. He died at a really young age. Josh Kidder says, how did you like the appearance on the radio last night? Yep, thank you so much, dude. thank you for everything you said on that radio thing. I will say though, the radio network before yours, they got some crap music. There was a country song that they were playing before Iron Maiden started playing, so I was sitting there like, ugh, I gotta listen to this crap. I don't know what order he's gonna play my song in. Anyway, yeah, thank you so much for that. Somebody bought my song for $5 last night on Bandcamp, so I'm not sure if that had anything to do with it or not, but who knows. Let's see, Ghost 120, if you like action movies, check out Surviving the Game. It's a modern retelling of the game by Neil Strauss. Ice-T is in it. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Ice-T is a good actor. Sometimes I catch him in Law & Order, and he's good. You might be thinking, oh, he watches Law & Order. I mean, I go somewhere twice a week where Law & Order is usually played on the TV. Okay, we got 4 minutes left until this stream is finished, so yeah, we're wrapping it up. We're wrapping it up, baby. I guess the last thing I want to talk about is in the past month and a half, I've been listening to a lot of Rush, and I've been listening to a lot of Talking Heads. I got my hands on a Blu-ray for the Stop Making Sense concert movie, and it's one of the best things I've ever seen. Look, it starts small, and then it builds and builds and builds and builds. Like, it opens with David Byrne coming on stage with a boombox and an acoustic guitar. The boombox plays a drum beat, and he's singing Psycho Killer. Second song, the bass player comes and joins him. Third song is when the drummer comes in. Fourth song is when the keyboard player comes in. And by the end of the show, there's like 9 people on stage. It's all choreographed. Like, they're running in place, jogging in place. David Byrne's doing laps around the stage. He's doing some weird lap dance during one of the songs. It's exhausting to watch, to be honest with you, but it is. The reason I bought it was because I've seen that it was voted as one of the best concert movies ever made. And within 15 to 20 minutes of seeing it, it won my vote. Like, Talking Heads, Stop Making Sense, and 9 Inch Nails and All That Could Have Been, 2 best concert movies ever. No question. Which, in the case of Stop Making Sense, I ripped the audio from the Blu-ray. Because the Blu-ray is the only place that includes all of the songs. The CD doesn't include all the songs. Anyway, yeah, so been listening to a lot of Rush, been listening to a lot of Talking Heads. Rush was one of those bands where, you know, for some reason I didn't listen to them a lot when I was younger, but I checked out one of their albums at the library a couple weeks ago, and I was moved by it. You know, I felt the music when I listened to it. If you're like me and you're as obsessed with music as I am, I've listened to a lot of music over the years, so it takes a lot for me to be really impressed and moved by something. Rush moved me, and I bought all the albums. Been listening to them obsessively almost. So yeah, definitely a band I wish I'd gotten into when I was younger. Okay, going back to the questions. Rookie3 says, have you watched the Death by Metal documentary? I did a review on it a few years ago. To tell you the truth, it kind of killed my interest in Death because they focus a lot on the drama behind Chuck Schuldiner and the drama behind the scenes, which I'm surprised that Chuck's family was okay with that because they made Chuck out to be a son of a bitch. It sucks because the albums are excellent. I used to listen to those albums all the time, and now it's like I can listen to them, but it's, you know, not as heartfelt as it used to be for me. Nicholas Chill says Counterparts is such an underrated album. Yeah, Counterparts and Clockwork Angels were the albums the library had. I checked both of them out, loved them. Actually, I got into, what was it? My first exposure to Rush was Beavis and Butthead. The season DVDs that came out in the mid-2000s, I had the Volume 2 DVD set. And on the third disc was where they had the music videos they would make fun of. And they had the music video for Stick It Out. And so that was my first exposure to Rush right there.
Let's see. Blake Smith asks, what's your opinion on Wesley Willis? I know he's a terrible musician, but I can't help but respect and like him. He's worthy of respect. He did that song about Jar Jar Binks, which is funny. You are a crazy asshole. Yep. Let's see. Do you like the Braveheart movie from RJ CJ Rock? You know, I haven't seen that. I've seen The Patriot, but I don't know. I've never seen it. Anyway, it's now 6 o'clock, so I want to thank everybody for joining me on this stream. I know it's been a while, and I want to do more of these. I like making these streams a special occasion, so thank you for everybody who's tuned in. Thank you especially to those who gave me super chats. And before I leave you, I want to say, go check out the video I did with Pedro Lopez pretty recently. Go check out my video yesterday, my 17 favorite bands, and go check out my song World in Ruin. I uploaded that maybe 2 weeks ago. So, thank you so much for joining in, and grind on.